Hi, post-production Kingo here. If you could please like, comment, and subscribe, that would be really great. We're trying to make this YouTube channel a real thing. Okay, on with the video. Hi! ごきげんよう、キングニングと申します。どうぞよろしくお願いします。Hello, hi. Welcome to everybody who's rating. I just wanted to say thank you before we got started with this lovely segment here that we're calling Fishing for Fashion. Again, I'm Kingo Ninga, just a lovely variety streamer, VTuber, girly who just really enjoys fashion, particularly VTuber fashion. And that's what we're here today on the channel to do, is speak fashion. And today I have a very, very special guest with me today. It is Otsukarii. Everybody say hi.
Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, so Otsukarii, thank you so much for coming on the channel. Thank you so much. Really happy to have you. Before we get super deep into things and get down to the nitty gritty, I've already done a lot with intros, but I do want to have you introduce yourself, you know, any of your preferred pronouns, what you do, and you know, what content do you make? Like, what's up with you? What's going on?
Yeah. Hello, my name is Kari, or as I say, Otsukarii or Otsukarii. Kari. I am an RPG VTuber. Mainly, I focus on healing and buffing my guildies and my party members. And usually, if they want a little bit more buffs, you know, take aside a little bit of in-game cash, if you know what I mean. But I go by she, her, and mainly the content that I make is I am an artist slash gaming fiend, which means I do play lots of FPS games. I do play a little bit of story games here and there, and also just really, really comfy games. But at the same time, I love to stream my processes of doing art, usually my commissions with everybody. And, you know, I just love to give off just comfy vibes, relaxing, just vibes of music and everything. So yeah, I just make sure I mix it up between art and gaming a lot.
Love. Yeah, I have checked in, rated in your streams here and there a couple times now, and no tea, like, you're goated at Apex. Like, you are really good.
Thank you.
And also you're a seer main, which makes you that much better. All the more better.
Oh God, I'm so happy you're a fellow seer enjoyer. He's just too good. I
In
love him.
this household, we stand seer.
Yes, I love that. Oh my God. Even though he got nerfed a lot, but you know what? It's okay.
He still
We're
has
back.
best fit. He's still fab. He's still great.
He's slay. He's so slay.
He's still slay. Yeah, so I know you've already discussed a little bit of some of the content you've been doing and like sort of your branding in that as well. But before we get further into questions, one of our first quick segments that we like to do here is, I guess, a little bit of your vibe and whole with the type of fashion you have with your fits. Spoiler, it's very comfy. But I think we can speak on that a little bit more as we get to see like the full reference and like what it looks like, because it really is giving like comfy couture, but like not in, you know, not in like an actual like comfy couture in the best way possible. Like, it's very relaxing to see you and your design like in full across like all three outfits, by the way. Like, all three outfits, even though they're all giving something different, it is very cohesive in itself, which I appreciate, because you could just like, nothing wrong with it, you could just go completely different with your clothing. Like, everybody has different fits, you know. Some people have like their indoor clothes, their outdoor clothes, going out clothes, but I particularly love how you just kept it very cozy, comfy, comfortable.
Yes. That's what I was aiming for. I'm just like, what should I like put on my VTuber model? I was like, how can I go about this? Because there's just, you know, as I made my model, I was just like, there's so much I can do. I could go RPG route, or I can do comfy, cozy, maybe clothes I would wear in real life as well. And I'm just like, oh, it's just way too many choices and just
So
outfits that I was like inspired by, you know.
that's so true. That is like also the really fun part with VTubing is that there's endless possibilities when it comes to clothing, when it comes to fashion. That I've noticed, like some choices are choices,
Mhm.
some are realistic, and some completely leave physics. They completely leave the law of physics. So I completely understand, like, when it comes to having the freedom of choice, it can be a little bit difficult to like choose to centralize, but I think you've done a really amazing job centralizing it all together with your all three of your fits here today and just keeping the brand all together.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. So I noticed you kind of mentioned already about a designer. And so does that mean you've designed all three of these?
Yes, I have drawn and I have designed every single piece I've made for my model, um, ranging from whether that's taking inspiration from things that I would probably wear in real life, and just things that I feel like fit the lore of
Mm-hmm.
my VTuber. So I
Mm-hmm.
was kind of like going in between those two things as I created all the three different outfits now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I definitely see that, especially with if you don't mind me asking, because I didn't actually I couldn't tell, but which outfit was your first outfit?
So the apron is, well, I should probably say that this apron is kind of like the first outfit of
Mm-hmm.
this whole segment, but
Mm-hmm.
it's actually my 1.5 because I had an outfit prior to this, but I decided to upgrade my model as a like little birthday celebration kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I came up with this one, which was kind of like filled with a little bit of, it was like teased.
Yeah.
Almost every single piece of art that I've made is teased. So
Mm-hmm.
the apron is the first one, and it was kind of just like the outfit that I wore to bake my cake, and then I had like a little illustration with it and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so following that, so you could say each outfit is in order then. So from like the apron to your turtleneck to then sleepwear.
Mhm.
That's the order that we went with in terms of
Yes,
designing.
yes.
Okay, I think yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense because when you first mentioned like you're like a crafter, you're like a healer, you're like a support. I see that most apparently with the apron fit,
Mhm.
and then more of the comfy vibes come in later with your turtleneck, and then of course sleepwear. Sleepwear is optimal comfort.
Yes, 100%.
It's actually really interesting to hear because sometimes not everybody designs. Not everybody's a designer. Not everybody's an art parent. Not everybody's a rigger. But for somebody who kind of fit two out of the three boxes, how was the process of both designing and also being the art parent? Because I've just from like a design standpoint, designing stuff is really hard, guys. Designing in general is just like it's not easy, especially because every other girl, every other guy, every other day them wants to be a VTuber now. So like you see designs overlap often. And it's
Mhm.
really easy to like get people's designs confused with one another. So like just as like the first question about designing, like how did that go? Like how was that experience for you? Because you have very what I really appreciate is simple yet distinct outfit and silhouette.
Mhm. So as you were saying about like character designing being very difficult,
Mm-hmm.
um, in the midst of me making these, I was also working on like my own personal project for myself as well. And
Mm-hmm.
as I was accepting commissions more, I knew that, well, the project that I had planned, it's just not gonna come anytime soon because I had to like keep pushing it back. And I was
Mm,
kind of like going through a lot of like trial and error because I was just like, well, I really want to work on this, but I need to, also focus on all of my other work that I had to do, all of the other artwork and things like that on the side. And so I was just like, what is a way that I can like still make a little bit of a difference and update my model than just doing a full on like 2.0. And so in the midst of that, I was just like, what if I just updated my model a little bit, just a tiny bit?
yeah.
But after a while, it ended up changing into me changing like the face up, changing the rigging up, and then changing up to be outfits. But in terms of like making the whole character design during that process, I was just like, as you know, I feel like a lot of people who get inspiration for like outfits and things like that, they get it from Pinterest. And I am an avid Pinterest scroller myself.
Tea.
And I was like, how am I going to, go about doing this? Because it's just like, there's so many things that is on there that is kind of like, I love this, but can I see myself in it? I love that, but can I see myself in it?
Yeah.
Or how can I make this become me rather than me just stealing the whole like design, whether it's like simple or not,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's just kind of like you try your best to take in aspects of different things from different pieces that you enjoy. So in terms of like the apron, I was just like, well, honestly, one of the lore that I was like kind of struggling with my model was, what if she was also a botanist, in mix of her being like kind of like an herbalist kind of character who deals with like potions and healing and buffing. I was just
Yeah.
like, what kind of qualities would a botanist have if she was like off field? What if she was just not working, not doing guilds and raids and stuff like that? What if she was just like on her day off or something like that? And I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, aprons work really well with that, I feel like, because I know a lot of botanists, they do have kind of like they do wear an apron from what I've seen a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
in my past growing up. And so I try to incorporate that, and I was just like, okay, this works out actually. And it's also my birthday, so it could also double up as me using it as an apron for baking at the same time. And so that's kind of how I got for the first outfit. And then for my second one, I was just like, okay, well, we have one cozy outfit, which I actually kind of should have sent this, but the apron does have two different tops. One is a little bit more
Oh.
covered, and then more in the other one is that one that you see on the screen.
Okay.
Actually,
We'll add it in post, guys. We'll add it in post. So it's fine. You'll see later. Okay, that's actually really cute. I this is not a total tangent though, but do you have indoor plants or outdoor plants? Do you take care of plants in general?
I used to help my mom take care of plants here and there, or it's either that or I would just love looking at them. Back in high school, middle school, I would always go out into the field during like PE or something like that, and I would like pick out the little dandelions and the little like just little plants here and there, and then also try to search for four-leaf clovers. But we didn't have much back in the field of my high school and middle school. So whatever I could find, I would love just staring at it. And
Okay.
at it and everything.
I just asked that because like I'm somebody who like adopted being a plant mom during COVID.
Really?
Yes, I have like 3 or 4 plants. Well, 3 more than that at this point. So I was really curious of just like you were talking so much about like botany and just like taking care of plants and baking that I was just like, do you take care of plants yourself?
I wish. I know that's a whole new task. That's like your children.
Yeah, I was very much just like, if I can take care of a plant, I think I could take care of other things. It's been very hit or miss, to be honest. Some plants are just really hard to take care of. So it's a struggle, but it's worth it when you see them thrive.
Yes, I've heard about that a lot from friends who take care of plants. It's like every plant needs a different type of loving.
Yes,
for it
it's
to
so
really
true.
flourish.
It's very true, very true. Do you bake then more often then? You also, I know you mentioned a little bit of baking too with the apron fit.
Not as much as I used to. I actually used to do it a lot more in high school
Mm-hmm.
because I wasn't like doing too much. I didn't pick up a hobby of doing art and things like that yet. So I had a lot
Yeah.
more free time. And so
Yeah.
yeah, I did a little bit of baking here and
Yeah.
there as
Will
well.
we ever get a hand cam stream maybe? A hand
I
cam
was
stream of
thinking about
baking?
that. I've only done one stream actually where I was cooking it's not baking, but it was like we were making chicken alfredo. And I did do
Ah.
one hand cam stream where I was like showing the whole entire process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not easy,
But
folks.
yeah.
So like I totally got like the hesitation of just like getting a whole hand cam stream set up just for cooking. It's just like
Oh,
that's just I was like, hey,
yeah.
just move your entire setup to a whole different room. Good luck.
Yeah, it's too much. It's like I know like my kitchen is very compact. So it's gonna be very
Mm,
difficult for me to even like do anything unless I bring my laptop. But my laptop is like
yeah.
on its last legs. So
Yeah.
I know that's
Yeah.
impossible.
So we'll shelf that. Maybe it'll be, Sabatangle or something. I don't know. I
Oh
don't want to
yeah.
suggest something. I don't want to be suggesting things, but yeah,
But it's a possibility though.
you know. So we've gotten really pretty deep into designer and art parent, which is nice to, have, pretty much all of that here today on the channel. But I was also really curious, like, who's your rig parent? Who did your rigging?
Oh, actually, it's me.
Oh,
I am a
a
full
jack of
on.
all trades, a master of all. That's wild. I have wanted to try to learn how to rig, like, because I don't do art. I barely design. Like, I barely designed this outfit for myself here, this model for myself here. But like, I was just like, I want to learn something about VTubing, and I felt like rigging was the
Yeah.
thing. And I'm trying to pick it back up again, but I'm also just like, this is like the most non-math thing I've ever seen when it comes
No,
to rigging.
actually, that is so real. It's so much. It's like it drains you mentally because it's like,
Yeah.
what is this? What's a deformer? What's a parameter? What are you saying right now? As I'm watching like loads and loads of different tutorials and like tips and stuff like that. But honestly, thanks to Twitter recently,
Mm-hmm.
especially for artists, has become such a big open family in terms of like
Mm.
people have been sharing their their like tips and tricks, especially when it comes to like rigging secrets and just shortcuts and stuff like that. Like Twitter is going to be your best friend if you can find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Same with art. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
I would say just scroll down, literally type in art tips or rigging tips, and
Yeah.
you are going to learn so much just from scrolling for like even 5 minutes. It's
Mm.
actually amazing. It helped a lot, honestly.
Yeah. Okay. Duly noted. So if you're
Mhm.
trying to be a rig expert, go on Twitter. Get on
Yes,
get on the X.
yes, 100%. I have just learned so much just from like literally just scrolling. It's my bookmarks are filled to the brim with different rigging tips and whatnot to improve. So.
Got you, got you. So yeah, you too could be a triple threat like Kari if you just go on Twitter and doom scroll long enough.
Yes, so much doom scrolling, especially like right when I wake up. I scroll for like about 15 minutes and I'm like, oh, that's enough.
And I was like, that's enough doom scrolling. Time to get back to work.
Yes, that's 100% what happens most of the day. That's my schedule. Even though it's not a very healthy one. I could do something better like stretch in the morning or something like that. But yeah.
We all find a routine. It
Mhm.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
No, real. He's so real for that.
Hey, so now we've got actually kind of went into our questions a little bit backwards.
Okay.
Typically we try to talk about the why, the fit, and like the process and all that.
Mhm.
Before we ask about like the designer and the art parent and the rig parent, all that good stuff. But I feel like that all kind of just melded together since we just so
Yeah.
it just so happens you're all three.
Yes, I tried my best to. I was too broke to buy a model. I couldn't
Valid.
afford to ask for an art mama or a papa for rigging, and so I was just like, I'm gonna just do it myself.
Valid. I mean, your art is stunning. Like, it's really
Oh,
great. And
Thank
you've done a
you.
really amazing job rigging as well. You're very expressive for your model, and it reads very clearly. Like, I don't know if anybody's like mentioned that ever, but just like from a completely unexperienced standpoint of just someone who's like seen a bunch of models and just like looks at models a lot. I think you have really great expression, and it reads very easily, especially for your eyes. I think your eyes are probably the most expressive thing, and it
Thank
reads very
you.
easily.
I tried my best to actually put a lot of different expressions, like if I'm mad or something like that, I'm just like,
It's really great. I don't think there's enough of those expressions through like rigging sometimes, or maybe some people just aren't expressive enough. I don't know. I also am still finding ways to express myself through my model like almost
yeah.
daily. Like, even if I can imagine you're a lot more involved with your model. Like, you have a much more intimate relationship because you rigged it yourself, so you fully understand what's going on in the nitty gritty and all that. So in a way, it gives you an advantage to like understand like what expressions will bring out into your model, and vice versa, I suppose. But like for people
Yes.
like me
Yeah.
who don't have that experience, or just like anyone in general, like day one of you testing out your model, it's always gonna be way different 6 months from now, a year from
Yes.
now, way further than that. Like, you will figure out so much about your model, like the more and more you use it. But I imagine it was a little bit of a less of a learning curve on your part, because you kind of already knew everything behind it because you were the one who rigged it.
Yeah, no, exactly. Because a lot of people don't know this, but some people models probably have a lot more mobility than they think it does. Because there are some things that you can mess with in VTube Studios to give it even more like movement.
Yeah.
When I first put my model into VTube Studios just to test it out, I was just like, my model isn't like moving, like especially like the mouth rigging or like just me turning my head and things like that.
Yeah.
You could play around with that, and riggers already know just about how to do that easily because it's like one-to-one with live 2D.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like, oh, like bringing expression out, I see a lot of people have been making posts recently about puppeteering or being a puppet, treating
Yeah.
your model and also treating yourself as an actor. You
Mhm.
are what gives your model all of the expression. So a lot of people are just like, VTubing, you can't just stay still. They're just like,
Yeah.
you have to move. You have to act to break out like all of the expressions or all of like the movement and stuff like that in your model. So I've been trying my best to practice that, but sometimes I'm just like
Yeah.
standing there still. I'm just like just yapping.
Yeah. Yeah. I completely understand that. And it's hard to do that live stream too, because like if you're trying to practice that in the middle of stream, that means you have to be like, you're multitasking basically. Then you're basically just trying to figure out like, how am I gonna be expressing this feeling, or like how well I'm also trying to get this like shot in this game, or like whatever you're doing in the middle of stream. It's hard. Like, it's a whole different type of muscle memory that you have to implement on yourself.
Yes, 100%. It's a lot. It's a lot, but it's fun. It's been really fun getting more deep into VTubing because this has just been my first full year of VTubing, and I'm like slowly understanding it a bit by bit.
Congrats, by the way, on 1 year. Love to
Thank
see
you
it.
so much. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. So I feel like we've gone so much into just the behind the scenes that I feel like we never really got down to the question of what was the process, like just straightforward, like how was the process to get this all together? It seems like we've been sort of circling around it, but just like, do you want to describe like the full timeline of things, just how it was? Like, I know you kind of made the decision of, okay, I have no money I need, but I want to do this thing, so I'm gonna do it myself. Where did you start?
So funny enough, I just became, as I said, well, a VTuber for a year now. I decided to when I realized, because at first I wasn't gonna become a VTuber.
Mm-hmm.
I was surrounded by VTuber friends, and as time went on, I always had that one friend. I'm gonna call him out, Haru Nishimura. I always had him who would like send me messages and stuff like that, like, "Hey, Kari, there's this really cheap like model artist, and their art is really cool and stuff like that." Like he would just always send me model artist and just amazing rigging for like a very cheap price, and
Yeah.
I was just like, "Oh man, that's kind of tempting. That's super tempting." But at the same time, I'm so broke, and I
Mm-hmm.
can't do it. And I was just like, I kept telling him I'm not gonna become a VTuber. I don't think I have the qualities to be a VTuber. Every VTuber I've seen, all of them are able to either sing, compose music, do all of that stuff. Oh, sorry, I'm getting called. Sorry about that.
Oh,
Um,
it's fine. Don't worry about
I'm
it.
sorry. um, and just overall, it was just like, man, I, I don't know. Like at some point, it just snapped, and I was just like, you know what? I would just become one. And around like between May, March was when I was like getting out of college and everything. All of my semesters were ending. I ended up getting a lot more free time. So I was just like, well, since I have so much more free time, I'm just going to. Oh my god, I keep getting called.
Someone's really popular. You're
I'm so
good.
sorry. It's my sister.
You're good. You're good. Don't even worry about
um,
it.
but I was just basically like, I'm just gonna do this myself. I have the free time. College doesn't take it up all of my time anymore, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna learn how to do this. One thing I was struggling with was my art style. At that time, I have been drawing for a year by then, um, and I had to learn through all of this processes. I followed a tutorial from like just mainly like 2 or 3 VTubers,
Yeah.
who were posting like full on processes and time lapse on how they did everything and like cut up parts. And that's basically that took me from, I think I fully committed to it in May, and I don't think I finished it until like July, getting to August. And August was around the time that I debuted this design
Nice.
fully. And so as I was doing that, as time went on, of course, naturally, I ended up improving and I ended up learning from my mistakes.
Yeah.
My whole model is kind of like completely gone, in my opinion, other than like qualities that I've left behind, like these little like leaves on my head and like the cowlick, or I forgot what the other term was for it.
The
But
ahoge?
okay, yes, thank you. I've kept those on my model, and just as time went on, I ended up accepting more commissions, and from there I got better. And so going on to this year, I decided that during my birthday, how about I change my model? And I updated it.
Yeah.
I changed a little bit of the hair, I changed the face, just overall, just a lot of the rigging I changed, but I did that all in 2 days. I did that all and I updated it because I gave myself 2 days to do that before my actual birthday. I'm crazy.
You know, work. You did that. You really did that.
Thank you. And then I think a few months later, I went to Off-Kai. I met you, and I'm so happy to meet you. You were so freaking cool to me. And after Off-Kai, I got a lot more committed, and I got more inspired to improve. And so I decided to, what if I updated my model again? And so that's when I changed new hairstyle, and this is when I came out with the turtleneck and like the kind of the sleepwear outfit and everything. And I also improved the rigging and just a lot of problems that I had. This time I spent about a week on it, on everything. So I kind of rushed it. Everything's pretty much rushed again, but I'm happy with the results, even though it's all pretty much like, I did this, I did that, but I did it in a snap. And I was also at the same time testing myself, because My main
Mm-hmm.
goal for when I debuted it was to become a VTuber mama. And
Yeah.
though I do have chibi children, I wanted a full body. And so I
Mm-hmm.
do have a son already that I made. And then now
Oh.
I have 3 more VTuber children on the way now. So I'm very happy.
Oh my
And
God,
I just
congrats.
thank you so much. I'm so excited because I'm working on one of them right now. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm just overall excited because now I've learned so much more about like just cutting up. My art has improved and my
Yeah.
rigging has improved, and I'm
Yeah.
just like I'm motivated. I'm
Mm-hmm.
ready. So yeah. It was just all a
Honestly.
process of trying to improve at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the day. So yeah.
Honestly, it's really inspiring. Like genuinely, because I don't think people I think some people might overestimate how difficult some things can be to learn, but if you do put in like the effort and the drive to learn it, you can do it. And I think like VTubing is such a great outlet to do so. Like personally for me, I've learned so many things and I'm still learning a lot of new things through just like this little niche hobby here. Um for myself it's pretty much like it's essentially like mostly video editing, music production, uh, and doing this. But
Mm.
for you, I imagine it was like improving your art, learning how to create a model, which involves so many layers, and then rigging that all together. Do you provide a full package as one of your like types of commissions?
Yes, I actually
Oh, work, love.
I provide every single model commission I've gotten. Every
Hmm.
single one of them is both rigging and the art. So I'm gonna be pretty freaking busy.
You are booked and busy. Booked,
Yes.
blessed, busy. I love that. So
Mm-hmm.
good. So I know you mentioned a little bit of we have met each other through this lovely little convention called Offkai Expo. And this does bring in the question of would you say your model bleeds into your fashion and vice versa? And I think I kind of know the answer to that question, but I'm sure others, viewers, would like to know.
Mhm. It actually, especially well, this outfit that I'm wearing currently, the one in
Hmm.
the middle,
Yeah.
I definitely feel like it does bleed into it. I want to see myself through my VTuber model. I want to
Tea.
feel connected to it.
So
So I'm
true.
just like, what other way to do that than take inspiration from my own fashion that I would 100% wear
Mm-hmm.
and to put it on my own model.
Mm-hmm.
So though I probably don't own that outfit, I 100% during fall time, I would
Yeah.
wear this outfit
Yeah.
once every week probably because I love
Mm-hmm.
it. It's honestly so freaking comfy to me.
It looks really cute. I think you could totally make this into like an actual outfit, like to
Mhm.
wear come next off Kai if you wanted to. Granted, of course, you know, if you
Yeah.
don't want to dox yourself, that's one thing. But if you feel comfortable of just like I want to be my model. Like I want to actually be
Yes.
me for off
Yeah.
Kai because I that would be so cute. Like I know I think it's Hazumi cosplayed
Yes.
themselves at Offkai,
Yeah.
which looked really great. Like solid
Amazing.
craftsmanship work because that is not an easy outfit to make. So somebody was cost crunching. I don't know
Yes,
who, but
100%.
somebody.
I was so surprised when I saw. I was just like, "Girl, you did that," because she had to paint the all of her accessories gold, and she had to make sure it was like even. That looks really good. So, her and everybody who worked on it
It's
from
not easy, guys.
it's not it takes such a long time. I think she's been working on like just mainly the wig portion. She has been working on the wig portion with the person that she commissioned to get it done for
Yeah.
months that she had to go with
Yeah.
another person because the other person just could not do it right. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Honestly, stuff like that is just kind of sometimes you have to end up doing it yourself.
Yeah, no, right.
Which, I mean, if you ever choose to cosplay your model, very easy on your part because you don't have 2 tones.
Mhm.
Only one. That's one thing with VTubers. You'll see so often multicolored hair. I'm guilty of it. Other people are guilty of it. It's not going anywhere, folks.
It's not.
No. Yeah, but just with like, would you say, since the two bleed over, your fashion bleeding over, would you say it's like pretty even then, like a 50-50, or is it more like some of my model like wears a little bit more out there stuff than I do, or like I wear a little bit like different stuff to compare to my model? Like I know some people it's like maybe different color palettes, different color choices, different aesthetics entirely. Like anything similar, different?
Surprisingly, my like I would say first with the color palette that my model has, it's definitely me. 100%, like 1-to-1. I am a neutral girly all the way.
Yes.
And I just love browns. I love beige. I just love off-white. It's everything about that. I would say in terms of like probably like just the apron fit, I feel like I don't own an apron and I don't think I will ever like do it. And also in terms of like just a simple white top, I've seen so many fashion girlies and gurus slaying off with just a simple white button up.
Yeah.
And then they pair it off with like some really nice bottoms, or they just wear it by themselves. And it looks so good. But for me personally, I don't know. I feel like whenever I try to buy a white button-up top and then I try to make it look all fancy, it doesn't work well with me. Or maybe it just doesn't fit like my body type personally. So definitely my model is a little bit more like outgoing than I would be when it comes to like choosing certain outfits, but like for the main part in terms of like just the aspects of the color palette and things like that.
Yeah, the core is still the same at the end of the day.
Yes.
Got you. Okay, love that. I think neutrals are top tier colors. We love a neutral fit.
Yes, I love it. It's just the best. It makes me feel very much a little bit more confident. I don't know what it is about neutral tones.
I mean, they just go with everything, don't they? Like at the end of the day, like they just don't clash at all. So
yeah, it's nothing too bright, nothing too like distracting or like all eyes are going to be on you when it's like something like hot pink or something like that.
Not that there's anything wrong with those types of fits.
No,
yeah, not that there's anything wrong with those, but like it's nice sometimes to like, and I'm speaking about this from a VTuber's perspective, not at all from like IRL perspective, because VTuber fashion, real fashion, very, very different things. But it is nice every once in a while to see like neutrals come up in a VTuber's model, because we don't see it that much. You don't see it as often as you think you would, especially with, I think, female VTuber models. I don't think we get to see as much neutral tones. I think I see a lot of like monochromatic, solid colors, bright colors. Not always do I see neutrals for more female presenting VTuber models.
When you point it out, I'm just thinking about it in my head. I'm just like, wait a minute. I don't think I see that a lot at all, actually. It's a lot of like vibrancy or saturated colors.
Yeah, and not that I'm saying those are bad things, but it is like there's a trend. There's a trend, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. So on the like neutral tones and everything, I know that's one piece of your fit that you particularly like, or one aspect of your fashion that like you really like to take on, you know, both in your model and IRL. But is there something particular about your model that you enjoy that not everybody would see like first glance, like just immediately, like if they came into, you know, a Kari stream and they're like, oh, that model is cute, like, oh, this person has cool vibes, I like their stream, like what's something that you wish you could just like say, I want you to look at this, I want you to know this part of the model is like great, it's one of my favorite things, but you can't always get to like see it, or maybe you do see it often but you just want to make sure like this is the highlight, this is the key point, the charm point, you know?
Definitely one of the things would be kind of like my earring.
Mm-hmm.
I do like how I made it. It kind of like goes around the ear, and then it's just like a little bit of a hanging branch with leaves on it. That's
Yeah.
kind of like one aspect that I feel like I really enjoy for myself. But the
Mm-hmm.
one that I would say when it comes to like outfit wise is hold on. It's if I move up a bit, it's
Mm-hmm.
actually the fact that my belt is like has bunny ears on it.
Oh, that's
I
so
was just
cute. Oh my gosh, I didn't notice that at all. Like
yeah.
you can't see it in the reference
Mhm.
because it's kind of zoomed out there,
Yeah,
but
that's zoomed
like
out.
just like point blank like that, like that's cute. That's really cute
Mhm.
actually.
I was like, "Well, how can I like make this a little bit of pizzazz?" And I'm like, well,
Mhm.
I love rabbits. I love all of that. And so I'm just like, how about I just add it as a belt? And so that's kind of
It's a
how I went
cute
about
way to
it.
like call out your love for it without
Mhm.
like deciding to, be it because
Yes.
yes, there are bunny VTubers out there. Yes. They do exist.
They
Yes,
100% exist. I
they
love
do.
every
They're
single one of
here.
them.
We actually interviewed a bunny VTuber as our for our first episode, so they are real.
Mm.
That's so cute. I really like that. I actually would like to say, for me, one of the things I noticed immediately for your model was your earrings. I love them. I
Mhm.
love dangly earrings. I don't get
Yeah.
to wear them very often in real life because they're so impractical, but I think
Yeah.
dangly earrings are so great. Obviously, for my model, you can't see my ears, but I think if I ever like got my ears showing, I would like to have some earrings too.
Mhm. It was so cute. I could probably imagine how your earrings would look. Like I could see like if you had to like maybe make the front hair shorter just to expose like the
Mhm.
ear. I can see it. Like that would look so good actually.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, earrings are great. Stan. So, love how we got two details in one. Not just one, but two details highlighted.
Mhm.
But this is where things get a little bit spicy. I have a
Mm.
very controversial yet brave question to ask you today. And this is when hot takes get to come in. So, hot takes is a little segment where basically we like to know here on the channel what's an overrated trend in VTuber fashion that you just like gone. Like, delete it bald, delete it old. She's done, she's over. It's so 2000 and late. That's what it is. Just like something in the VTuber fashion sphere world that you see that you're just kind of like, I'm a little tired of it. Like, she could go.
So there is one thing that I
Mhm.
thought of, and it's not that I hate it. No, I love it. I want to wear that outfit myself. But I wish I pulled up the reference for you to see it. But basically, there is actually a trend that I see that a lot of VTubers, newer VTubers, use for their model. And actually, it's something that has been reused, but with just different color palettes over 15, 20 times that I've seen in just this year alone. And it is there is actually a really I'm pretty sure they're known throughout like TikTok and also Instagram. But basically
Mhm.
this person, you've probably seen it. It is basically an outfit where it's a cardigan that is
Yeah.
a cropped cardigan. It's off the shoulder as well.
Yeah.
And it is paired with like a white tank top, frilly tank top with like a plaid skirt and also with fishnets with it as well. And I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. I could probably literally pull it up in seconds, but
I know the fact once you started going into the tank top details, I immediately knew what outfit you were visualizing and you were
really
describing. It's like, oh girl, like this has been every e-girl, Discord
yes,
kittens,
yes,
anime
yes.
girl we like outfit for like the last year or so.
The last year, like freaking prime COVID time, and I didn't expect to see so many new VTubers commission their model in that outfit. And I didn't expect to see it like 3 times
Yeah.
in 1 week. I was just like, "Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute." Like I said, it's perfectly fine. There's 7 billion, 8 billion people in this world. Everybody's gonna wanna wear something similar. That's
Yeah.
completely fine. But,
Yeah.
that is just one thing that I personally would probably let go because I was just like, "Whoa, I've
Mm.
seen 15 different people with this model," and I was just like, well, not with the model, but like with the outfit on, and I was just like,
Yeah.
"Girl, are we? Y'all should collab or something because this is crazy."
Not the collab. Offkai 2025. There's just a meetup for this specific outfit. There's a
Yes,
cosplay gathering
yeah.
just for this outfit specifically.
Everybody's gonna be wearing in their own different shades and colors because it's like, oh my god,
Yeah. Love to
holy.
see it, but we have seen it a little bit too much now.
Mhm, mhm.
Thank you
Like
so
I said,
much.
y'all are free to do what y'all want to do, but I was just very surprised when I saw it so many times.
Yeah. No, thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
Mm.
You are not alone in this on that soapbox. Trust.
Oh my
Will we
god.
continue to see it in 2024? Yes, I do believe we will.
Yes.
Will we continue to see it in 2025? Time will
Mm.
tell.
Time will tell. 100%. Preach. Preach.
Yes. So obviously you're not going to go for that outfit, I'm guessing, in any future iterations of your model. But are there any aesthetics you want to try out for yourself in the near future?
Ooh.
Do you want to maybe move like beyond comfy, or do you want to stick somewhere in the comfy sphere still, but just like still gonna be different, still gonna have a new outfit? Because you know, comfy has many ranges.
Yeah. Honestly, one thing I kind of really wanted to test out was, I apologize if I pronounce this wrong. Is it like coquette?
Oh, coquette.
Coquette. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it's so feminine. It's so like it's so cute. I love it so much. And I'm just like any like see-through frills, just
Yes.
like this is like just everything from the head to toes. It's like ribbons and it's pink or it's just like any type of like whites and stuff like that. I personally would love to dive in and like learn and like do my research on how to like properly make an outfit filled with coquette. But if I were to go a different route, and I have been thinking about this, I was thinking about like a lot more of a darker tone of things.
Ooh, like dark
Um,
browns maybe.
yes, dark.
Yes.
What is it? Dark academia.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes. I totally see that for you.
Yes, I love that fashion so much. Like,
It's
just one of
so good.
those.
It's
Yeah.
core fall fashion. It's core top
Mhm.
tier fall fashion. Like
I
S
love
plus
fall
tier.
fashion.
Love fall fashion. Love.
Yes. That is the peak of my time. I swear if there is like if Offkai was during fall time, oh my god.
I mean, it was kind of.
Thankfully,
It was windy enough for fall
it was
fashion.
windy. Yeah. I was like, wait, I kind of forgot that it was like windy last year. I was over here not walking around with a jacket, and I was over here cold, chilly. I was just like, I was not prepared for this, even though I was warned about it that Cali, or should I say San Francisco, is a bit more on the chilly side. But
Yeah.
oh, I should have prepared better.
It was
I would've
windy. I
worn.
mean, it's right next to the
Oh,
ocean. That venue's right next to the
yes.
ocean. No one's ever ready for it. I almost lost my hat at Offkai. Fun fact. I almost lost my hat to the
No.
wind. And if it wasn't
Yeah.
for like a pair of like very great, good cemeterians who were just on the ground floor, I would have lost my hat to the wind. And I've been
No,
so
I'm
sad.
so sorry. I'm so glad that you didn't lose it though.
Yeah, so am I.
Oh my god. It was like I was about to get blown away. I was over here trying to eat some Taco Bell at the I forgot what the location was at. Cantina or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
Taco Bell's
it's
cantinas are
literally
great.
right in front of the beach, and it was so windy, so cold, so windy, and I didn't have a jacket. But
Oof.
I enjoyed it. Nice scenery.
I'm glad. At least you got a good view. I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, that is like our last fashion question. Wow, time really flew by.
It
But
did. Oh my god.
I'm so glad I was able to have you. Thank you so much for coming on the channel tonight. Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Before, we say our goodbyes and call it here, is there anything else you'd like to mention? Any last words? Any projects coming up? Like anything you just want to plug that you're just like, hey y'all, come through, this is happening.
Right now, I've talked about it a little bit earlier in the stream,
Mhm.
but I do plan on having a special a little bit of a 2.0, but like I've been working on this for over a year now, on and off.
Mhm.
I work on it and then I stop working on it for 2 months. I
Yeah.
come back and I'm just like, wait, this design is whack. I could do so much better. I've had that happen to me 5 times. I've changed my design 5 times, but I think I'm finally like
Mhm.
settled down on a design. I'm not too sure,
Ooh.
but I will be showing that off
So
at some
2.0
point.
model coming soon.
Mhm.
I'm excited. I'm really
Yeah.
excited. I'm guessing it's maybe not gonna be Dark Academia or Coquette just yet, but but we would love to see it hopefully soon.
Mhm. It'll be. I'm gonna try to make it something big. I want it to make it something that people have done, but kind of like up it a little bit, you know. So I hope you guys will look forward to that with me. I will definitely be posting it on my Twitter.
Awesome.
And then probably working on it, or not really working on a stream, but like talking a little bit more about it and possibly giving a little bit of sneak peek on my stream.
Exciting. So is your Twitter, Twitch, your socials all under the same username then? Is it Otsukarii across all platforms?
I tried to do that. For Twitter, sadly, I do have an underscore at the end of
It'd be
Otsukarii.
like that.
Yes, sadly. But my Twitter though is just Otsukarii with 2 eyes.
Lit. Awesome. Well, thank you so much again for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Really glad we were able to do this. And to everybody in chat, thank you so much for stopping by. Tune in next time when we have someone else.
Ooh, who's gonna be the next one?
There will be a third episode. We are trying to make this a regular thing, you guys. I am trying to make this long form content real, like sustainable, a moving thing. But yes, thanks so much again. This was King Yaningo. This was Otsukarii, and we hope you have a good rest of your day, a good one. Let's just call it here and then raid somebody. Oh my gosh.